That's my 80s color. Okay, welcome to Coldwell Banker Dynasty here in beautiful Temple City at our headquarters office. And I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Mark's on a Zoom meeting, and Mary's probably at the bank depositing checks. And Kelvin's here back from his beautiful Alaskan trip. And I welcome all of you for being here this morning. I'm going to go ahead and start off with a quote. I know you're all aware. Most of you follow me on social media, and I'm going to make this just a little bit personal, but I'll make it short and sweet. A loving goodbye, losing a pet is like losing a piece of your heart. They may leave our arms, but they never leave our hearts. So their love becomes a part of us forever. And I know Kelvin being a dog dad, and he's a magnificent dog dad, and so is Kat. And so is Mary and Mario and Mark. And all of you that have pets, including Sandy. So I thought I would attribute that. Oh, great background there, Kelvin. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and just get everyone going. And John, are you back with us?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm just sitting here and all of a sudden
You froze.
spinning mode.
Okay, John, we're going to begin with you.
Okay, great, great,
Thank
great.
you.
Well, hello everybody. John Wax with Snap NHD. I want to invite you all personally. I'm doing an NHD update training class, going over red flags and all that kind of stuff this Thursday, tomorrow. And what time is it? 12:30?
12:30 tomorrow. That is correct.
And I'm providing lunch. So remember, order your reports up front, take them with you on your listing appointments. Once you get the listing, get the report. Have any questions? I'm part of your team. I bring you over 32 years of experience. And if you need help with the FHDS, which is in the report, I'm going to help you walk through it. You're not to fill it out. It's your client who fills it out with your direction. And everything is backed by $100 million of E&O insurance. So, we're on the back half of August. So, we're in a couple days. So this is the time to really push, push, push and reach out to as many people as possible. One thing I took from Tom Ferry on a recap that I got from somebody, doing the same thing will give you
The same
the
results.
same results. And what is that? It's insanity. So step outside the box, use social media, use AI. But remember, AI is a tool to help you. Don't rely on it 100%, but it's a tool to help you. And a lot of people like Claude. Claude is a very beneficial tool to help you guys in the real estate trade, and ChatGPT, and you can put them together, and boy, you'll be awesome. But I'm here for you. I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow at my training class. Thank you so much. And
Excellent. And thank you. And
allowing
thank
me
you.
to be here, Kelvin and Sylvia.
Thank you very much, John, and I appreciate your time and your generosity when providing lunch. I know on behalf of all the agents here and the Chang family and Mark, we're very grateful. We know that, sometimes it's just tough times, but to be able to provide that and to provide your knowledge and your service relentlessly is very much appreciated. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next here, I see Sandy. Sandy, you're up.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hi there.
Just want to, and dog, oh my God, Sylvia broke my heart. Let me tell you, when you lost the dog, there's nothing worse than losing a pet.
Yeah.
We all know my dog eating in a high chair. God love him. I'm hoping this dog. Anyway, I feel your pain.
Thank you
Um,
very much, Sandy. I appreciate it.
it
I'm
is the
sorry. I
hardest
didn't mean to
thing.
make you sad, but it has
But
been
you know
rough.
what? It's the one thing we keep doing as humans, right?
Yeah.
Like we'll just keep getting more dogs, break our heart every 15
But
years.
it's the
Anyway,
best way to break our heart, and it's the best
amen.
way to bring it
Amen.
back together.
Remind you guys that you are a Crest office, NHD, and home warranty. If you're a listing agent, combine those two together, $75,000 of E&O for your seller. I don't know, cost you nothing to give your client $75,000 of E&O. So you're going to provide a home warranty. You have to provide the NHD report. Why not get one that works for your client? It costs you no extra. And your E&O insurance, kind of like you to do Crest stuff. We are Crest qualified for home warranty and for NHD. So products you're already going to use, use industry leaders. I've been in this for 22 years and been with, as long as I've been doing this, we've been doing it with Quest for just as long. So kind of a, expert in this realm of this. So keep that in mind. You have to get some of these and you're going to get the home warranty. Make sure it's Crest. Make sure you're doing your very best for your clients. Have a great week. It's getting cooler. So yay, fewer air conditioning claims. I'll take that all day long. I'll drop my info into chat. Love the picture, Kelvin. I hope that you guys had a great time in Alaska. Been there like 3 times. It's my favorite cruise. So have a great week, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sandy. Appreciate that. I was fortunate to have the same cruise last year, and it's magical. So to see Kelvin there, just reminisce. It's a beautiful photo. Next here, I see Jaden. Jaden, you're up.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you, Sylvia and Calvin, for having me on today. I just quickly wanted to remind everyone what we do. We offer more than just standard home inspections. We also do commercial, termite, mold, sewer scope, solar panel, roof cert, and also we have more than 65 inspectors on our team. They're all background check certified and insured, which is so very important because California is the only state that does not do licensing. So if you are using a home inspection company that is not us, just please make sure they're insured. We are also open 7 days a week. We are also open on holidays as well. Every holiday we have at least 12 of our inspectors open themselves up. We also have a couple of discounts going on right now. So we have $100 off on inspections and then a few other ones. If you ever need an inspection or have any questions, you guys can always reach out to me. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the bright smile.
Yeah.
Everyone here brings such a beautiful illumination to the agency. So we appreciate you very much. Thank you. And next here, I see Nicole. Nicole, you're up.
Good morning. I hope you can all hear me okay because the
Yes.
speaker on my end doesn't sound so good. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. Thank you, Calvin and Sylvia, for allowing us to join you biweekly. I just wanted to remind you, for those of you that have buyers that are on the fence that keep saying, oh, I want to wait till the rates drop. Reminder. Our Fidelity Agent app is a great tool and resource for you to have in your back pocket. You can do calculations, seller net sheets, buyer estimated fees, but there are calculators in there, and one in particular, buy now or buy later, and it will show you the benefits of purchasing now. You can show them 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. So if you're not utilizing the Fidelity Agent app, you need a refresher, let me know. I'm here to help. Wishing you all a fantastic day. And Sylvia, my heart goes out to you and your family. I understand. I've had to put 3 dogs down, and actually 4, and it's not easy. I understand. So they are part of the family.
Thank you.
Hugs.
Thank you. Much appreciated. When I first joined this company in March of 2020, we went through our first debt. Since I've been here, this is our third. Total, we have a little altar with about, I don't know, I think I counted 7 little cedar boxes. But thank you. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. You all have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye. And then let me see here. Do I see any more affiliates? I see Scott. Scott, you're there. You're up.
Hey, everybody. So there might be a few people coming in a little bit later because the Arcade Association of Realtors meeting went over because of the legal update. And today's legal update, they talked about condos and the balcony. So just to let everyone know, it's not just balconies. It's also, it could encompass like stairways. It could encompass bridges, anything made out of wood that is jutting outside of the building. I guess the proper part of the building. In other words, there's sometimes balconies that are inside the support columns and beams and stuff like that. So that doesn't count. But the other ones that are sticking out, those are the ones that are affected. But the point of the matter is, there are a lot of condo associations that are still not complying in compliance with the law. And that's also affecting the lending, because there's a question on the HOA questionnaire. It says, has there been an inspection? I think it says in the last 3 years. And if there has been, then you have to provide an inspection report. And that's where the lenders find out if the balconies have been fixed, if everything's under compliance, et cetera. So you have that going on, and you also have the new rules on how much reserves need to be held in the HOA budget, in their finances. So these things right here, the whole industry is getting used to this. I'm bringing the whole thing up because if you're buying or selling a condo, you really need to be like you need to be aware of what's going on. If you're the listing agent on a condo and there's balconies, and also, well, obviously there's a budget, you need to go ahead and look into that beforehand to see what the finances look like. Otherwise, you might have a problem getting the loan closed. There are loans out there where they do like what they call non-warrantable condos. Obviously, they have higher rates, higher down payment requirements, etc. But if you're trying to do a Fannie Mae loan or Freddie Mac loan, like conventional, regular kind of loan, these things are going to come into play. And this is going to be an issue for the next couple of years as um, HOAs, get in line with what the new requirements are, and it's money, right? So HOAs, if they have to have bigger reserves, then they have to collect more money from their current owners and those types of things. So just be aware of all that. Be careful when you're locking the rate in. Like, don't lock the rate in too early until you know the HOA is going to pass, because otherwise, you might lock a rate in, and then next thing you know, you can't honor that rate unless you pay an extension fee. So things like that come into play. So make sure that your lender, your buyers are not making that mistake, and also make sure that if you're the listing side, that you're looking into the finances and all that good stuff ahead of time, so you don't run into a problem. Just bringing that up. If you have any questions, get a hold of me, and I'll help you out the best I can.
Thank you very much, Scott. Appreciate you. So what you're saying is continue to date the rate until that gets all resolved.
Yeah, float the rate.
Float the rate.
Float
Okay.
the rate until you know you're going to be able to close on this condo, because extensions could get very, very expensive. And if you're dealing with like a single source lender, and all like let's just say a lender only has like their bank or whatever, and then you lock the rate early, and then you can't close on time, and it's going to be extended by a couple of weeks or something like that, then now your client is going to be buying for the extension. They're going to pay for that. And then the last thing I forgot to say is Powerball hit over $1 billion. So go out and buy your Powerball. I'm going to go buy $1, and you guys put your money in the pot, because that's more money for me to win. And
You
thanks,
got it.
Sylvia. Thanks for
You
letting us
got it.
participate.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll all become investors on that. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Next here, it's Sage. Sage, you're up.
Hi, everyone. I am going to be very repetitive in every single meeting that you see me in, that Yolanda Arenas is retired. So if you have not congratulated her yet, please give her a call, shoot her a text. So Yolanda has been kind enough to give me over her account, so that's why you'll see me in this office now. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. So whatever it was that Yolanda was providing for you, I'm more than happy to provide the same as well. If you need any farming packages, AI tips, anything like that, I'm here to help you. And Sylvia, I'm very sorry for your loss. I feel like we all know how it feels to lose a pet. So I'm so, so sorry. And you said something about an altar, or you buried.
Yes.
So we do something with our neighbors, as we walk all the dogs together every night. And whenever one of them passes, we bury them all together so that they can all be together forever. And it's really sweet. So I'm thinking about you, and I'm thinking about Mark and your whole family. I'm really sorry.
Thank you, Sage. It just shows a reflection of the type of affiliates that we have, and the camaraderie that we have, business and emotional. And this is what really makes life better. are being surrounded by our tribe, and you guys are all our tribe. Thank you so much, Sage. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next here, I see Angie. Angie, you're up.
Everyone, I'm here in the car with Rick and also with Brandon. Hello. Your First American Eagles here, riding together for Caravan. So we just finished up at AAR. Sorry we jumped on late, but today I wanted to talk about a new division that First American is offering now, which is translation for all of our files. So we want to make sure our clients can communicate as best as possible, and we're understanding our clients as best as possible. So we have we've carved out another division just to help out in the translation process of things. So whenever you're dealing with whether they're out of seas, in a different country, they need to sign documents. We have a remote online notary from First American. We have a translation option as well. And then, of course, I want to always talk about our First on Fraud podcast. The gentleman that was leading the investigation for the Silk Road from the FBI is on our last podcast, so that was going to be really interesting to listen to. But we're here to help you grow your business and, of course, insure it. So when you think of insurance and assurance, please think of First American. Thank you. And then, Sylvia, would you like me to pass it around in the car? Because they're all in my car caravanning.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds
Cool.
great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Great.
Hello, everybody. Rick with First American 1031. Just want to give you guys an update. Nothing's pretty much changed in the 1031 rule. Just seeing a lot more non-owner aux from inheritance being sold. So that's maybe an avenue for you guys to kind of look at and see if there's potential for that. Yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions regarding taxes or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much. And I will pass it on to the last Eagle, Brandon.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a fantastic week so far. Sylvia, again, my condolences for you.
Thank you, Brandon.
So on kind of going with what Angie said, don't forget about the Chinese, Spanish, and English disclosure guides that we provide. This is something that you should consider if the client does not speak English predominantly, but they want to understand what's in the NHD report. That's a tool that you can provide to them that explains the liquefaction zones, all the information that you would typically find in an NHD. Another thing that we just found out, CAR is now offering physical copies of physical hard copies of the earthquake booklet. So if you are working with First American NHD, we can definitely provide that to your clients if you want a little more of a nicer booklet to give them instead of the PDF version, especially if you have older clients that like a physical copy. That's always something we can do. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Great to see everyone.
Thank you. Great to see the Eagles are always soaring together. Thank you, guys, and appreciate your kind words. Next, who I see here, it looks like it's Unita. Unita, you're up. Unita, are you there? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Looks like we don't have Unita on here. So let me scan.
Sorry, I'm here. I don't know why I cannot hear you earlier. I'm so sorry, Sylvia.
No worries.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody. And Sylvia, I'm sorry again for your loss and you and your family. I hope everything is good. I just want to say hello to everybody and thank you again all for welcoming me here today. And we're still 13 months home warranty. We do give additional 1 month free. If you guys need any help on the open houses or material or any home warranty need, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you. I want to be able to assist you in any of your home warranty needs. Thank you again and have a wonderful day and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anita. Appreciate you. Nice red, by the way. Okay,
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it looks, let me go ahead and see if I have anybody else here. Maybe I've missed someone. Nope, looks like we're good. I'm going to go ahead and now hand it over to our broker, Kelvin Chang, who swam all the way over here from Alaska. Kelvin, you were gone. We missed you. We're glad you're here. And please take it over.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to be back from Alaska cruise. Had a great time. Thank you so much. And Sylvia, my condolences to not just your pet, but it's like a family member, so I know.
Thank you.
But yeah, just wanted to get everyone up to speed and refreshed into what we're going on. And I did mention a couple of different things that are on the horizon. So there's some definitely some learning educational experience stuff that I want to go over with you guys. So stick on for the rest of the meeting and we'll go right into it. But yeah, happy to be back. Been catching up on all the files and just want to make sure you guys can see my screen now. I'm going to pull up. Can someone say you see my Gmail right now?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'll start with educational opportunities first, and we'll just really quickly go with Arcadia, West San Gabriel, and our dynasty trainings. The Arcadia updates, let's see here. We already did the legal update with this morning's caravan. But if you have people in high fire zones tomorrow, there is a class on preventative property management. If you're kind of in helping with people in these understanding defensible space and whatnot, there's strategies and solutions there. If you want to learn about running a meeting and being more involved at the board level, there's, learning Robert's rules of parliamentary order. You can go ahead here. Let's see what else is on the horizon. Some workshops right here regarding how realtors can become the go-to expert in their market using AI. So I think that lunch and learn seems to be pretty cool. So a nice free class to you AAR members and learn AI for real estate and different ways you can strategize and use it. If you want to join some other networking events, Carapaw, you have the AAR baseball night with the Angels game. And obviously let's see what else. There's a Paseo Hotel and Spa in Huntington Beach for an exclusive time to thrive. This is a broker summit sponsored by CRMLS. So if you want to know what's going on in the MLS arena, you can join there. And these are the other classes all the way in September. So I'll go to West San Gabriel's lineup of classes. And today from 11 o'clock, you can go to immigration updates if you want to. There is AI for Real Estate 2.0 with Derek Talbert on August 19th. And let's see what else is interesting. Yeah, 1031 exchanges in October. So nothing else too much in September. I know Sylvia, you want to share what's
Yes.
going on with our Thursday
Yes,
classes.
please. Thank you so much, Kelvin. So for tomorrow, as John Wax mentioned, he's going to be here and he's going to be presenting on NHD and he's going to be providing lunch. Prior, we're going to give Sam Wright from State Farm Insurance 15 minutes to come back to defend the company because he felt that he never answered Kelvin's question. So he's going to be here 15 minutes prior just to go ahead and talk about, I guess, the media and State Farm. So we have that going on at 12:30 tomorrow. The following week, we have Mauricio Bautista. He's with One Structural Business Development and structural, and he's going to talk about residential and commercial structural compliances. And that's going to be at 12:30 as well. We have the following week on the 27th, we have Daniela Delgado coming for and they're sponsoring lunch for Rent Spree. Rent Spree's going to come back and go over about Rent Spree and any changes that they may have. I do want to say that I do have a confirmation on the lunch sponsor, and the lunch sponsor is going to be Tina Andrews, and Tina Andrews from Choice Home Warranty. So she's going to go ahead and sponsor lunch from that. And what I have after that in September, we have Angie Tang confirmed for the topic on fraud, which has been requested by our agents on September 10th at 12:30. And lunch is being provided. We just don't know which company is going to actually sponsor lunch yet, but there will be lunch on that day as well. So we're pretty excited. We have the calendar that's filling up. We have some in the pipeline we need confirmations on. But for now, that concludes the classes for Thursday. Thank you,
Awesome.
Kelvin.
So you guys will get an email with the time and dates later on. We'll put it together a nice, awesome remaining rest of the year for great
Yes.
educational opportunities and ways for us to network and see each other live because we want to bring back people together. BPT, I haven't forgotten that.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
um,
Appreciate that.
let's get back into my browser and on the horizon, October 6th, 7th, and 8th is the Reimagine Expo. So we do have registration if you want to do. It's still at the same Reimagine. Just look it up, 2026 California Association of Realtors, and you'll find a lot of different ways to register with your NRDS number right here. And there's paid days as well if you want to go to the paid conferences. As far as talking about what's on the agenda regarding the economy, we have a slower start than as usual. The renewed tensions in the Middle East is causing inflation and all the rates to continue to be elevated. This is not a surprise to me. I've been telling you it's going to be elevated for a long time. And so if buyers do want to buy or whatnot, they're on the sidelines waiting for rates to cool down, they could be waiting for another year. I feel that this is still going to be there's more likely to be an interest rate hike than an interest rate drop. That's the Fed's take right now at the most recent meeting. So the labor market, there is some jobs being lost or downsized companies. So you're seeing the labor participation rate dipping as more baby boomer generations are beginning to slow down slash retire or semi-retire. Just like Yolanda, good for her. So, as far as other things, the housing affordability does dip from early 2026, and this is a murky situation for Californians everywhere. How unaffordable it is to live and purchase a home here in California. And I have another article to share you how it is and giving you more statistics so that way you can go out to your clients and kind of educate them what the market is showing us. But it says here, if you're trying to buy a median priced home of roughly 916,000, this is, single family, then you need to have a median income around 228,000 household income. That's for 20% down. And that's quite a high rate because I don't feel that the salaries are not corresponding with the minimums for us to get into a median home. So this is concerns, and this is going to be definitely continuing to be a crisis slash an issue all throughout California. We reached the high of the last 12 months for interest rates. So you can find here that it's still unaffordable, and the Middle East conflict does not anticipate to slow down the inflation. So we're still continuing to have our battles. Foreign buying activity has slowed down, so foreign investors are a little bit less, and finance expectations improve in July. So that's just telling us that this is consumer feelings that their financial situations are a little bit positive. So they're okay. So let's get into what I was talking about was the housing affordability. And this is specific for California. 19% of California households can afford to purchase in the 916 median price range. So that's only 1 out of 5 households can really afford to purchase the median home. And this is a very high household annual income rate. So this is corresponding to a monthly payment of 5710 when you include PITI. So this is a 6.5% interest rate. It's kind of telling us what the payment needs to be. And so your income needs to be definitely pretty strong, pretty much close to around ten to $12,000 a month household income. So but 30% of the home buyers can afford the 670,000 median price condo or townhouse. So that's why we're seeing a lot more people looking into townhomes or condos, and that corresponds with the annual income of 166,000 to make this 4170 monthly payment. So there's statistics. That's really what it's here to kind of give you an idea what the statewide median home price is. And so that's just telling us this is the challenges we're facing in California. It's unaffordable. Not everyone is a engineer or a scientist or a doctor. So these annual incomes is making it tougher and tougher for families who are renting. So if you want to go through the statistics, I think this is just a nice read here. So I'll share that in the chat group and you guys can go and I'll move on to the next slide real quick. For some reason, my mouse is disappearing. It's hard for me to get to the next. Okay. All right. So we talked a little bit about AI, but I think this is something that is continuing to be utilized, but not necessarily understood. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is there are differences in what the internet results would give you in comparison to actually what's true for a specific area or for specific property. So if you're into using AI in your business, great. You can help you write emails. It can help you do a lot of different things. But at the same time, double check and see the results because the answers you give to your clients could be incorrect. And what do I mean by that? So obviously there's a little exercise here, and I want to make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. CAR says, we asked ChatGPT, what are the legally required disclosures in a real estate transaction in California? So that seems to be phrased pretty well. And that question is what everyone's typing in their chat box. But the answers are illustrated below. There's a TDS, an NHD restatement, lead-based paint, seller property questionnaire, earthquake booklet, mellow roofs and special tax disclosures, death on property. All this stuff is standard and typical. Is this complete? And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, no, I as a broker already know there's a lot of other incomplete statements from that AI did not that missed. They did not tell us about other things such as disclosing known material defects could have legal consequences. So there could be cases of misrepresentation or fraud, which is the number one issues that a buyer will claim, allege against a seller or an agent. So there's inaccurate. Not only was it incomplete in the disclosures that suggested, but ChatGPT mentions that the NHD statement doesn't mention the NHD report, which substitutes it. There's no mention of the AVID, which we all know should be done by every agent for every property you sell. And it neglects to tell about the lead-based paint disclosure booklet, and it is specific and required based on your year built pre-1978. It doesn't mention the seller property questionnaire, which is the best opportunity for a seller to detail out anything they want to share about the history, repairs, maintenance done on the property, or any known material defects. So because of this, the ChatGPT answer to them is graded as a D. This could definitely lead to lawsuits if you relied on ChatGPT versus using your broker checklist, which gives you, I know it's a long checklist, but it has a detailed um, reasons and guidance for why you should use a certain document and situational things. Question number 2, can a real estate agent pay a referral fee to a mortgage broker? What do you guys think? Okay. In California, this is the ChatGPT answer. A real estate agent cannot pay a fee to a mortgage broker unless this is a licensed real estate broker. RESPA laws. And that's why the California real estate law and DRE regulations prohibit this. And exceptions where a referral fee might be legal. If the mortgage broker is also a licensed real estate broker, if the fee is paid between licensed real estate brokers, if the referral is purely for non-settlement services. So that's or if the referral fees are related to a marketing service agreement. So this analysis that ChatGPT gave is somewhat true, but it's wrong most of the time. And it is true, RESPA does allow referral fees to be paid between brokers and agents. As an exception, is when one of the parties is acting in the capacity of a mortgage broker. That's the exception. It's prohibited to a mortgage broker specifically. It's agent to agent. So this is one of the incorrect answers that could lead you to do something that would suspend or revoke or cause you to have a fine with DRE. So your license is important to keep, and this answer incorrect is repeated several times. So I'd prefer you asking me if you have specific questions on legalities of certain things that you're doing in your business or in your marketing. So RESPA only applies to residential 1 to 4 properties. So if you do a transaction that fall outside RESPA, let's say it's a commercial transaction, if you have a mortgage broker involved and you're helping them close out a warehouse, okay, then technically then it may be legal for RESPA. Okay, it's not part of RESPA. Okay, so refer to this quick guide. And question number 3, we asked ChatGPT in California, how does a seller in a real estate transaction cancel an agreement to purchase real property? ChatGPT says, well, they got to read their RPA and common grounds for seller. A seller cannot cancel arbitrarily, but may have grounds to do so under the contract for non-performance of a buyer, for buyer failing to remove contingencies, mutual agreement or cancellation, or a unilateral seller cancellation based upon a breach of contract. So these are specific answers that ChatGPT gave, and they say to consult with an attorney or the broker to avoid legal disputes. This is not a bad answer. According to CAR, they say that the guidance from CAR says you a notice to buyer to perform before you give them a unilateral cancellation. So they don't give you the actual details or the 2 days that you have to wait, but there still is a serious flaw. ChatGPT says there's a 48-hour notice. It's actually a 2-day notice. So the 48-hour time period was removed from car contracts more than 10 years ago. So 2 days is the actual technical reason. And so they gave us a decent answer. But anyway, just letting you know that there are differences in the correct answer versus AI. Okay. Moving on. We have obviously many people who are subject to the Tenant Protection Act of 2019, in which every rental that a property owner owns that is applied to is regarding as duplexes, triplex, quadplex, anything apartment building and up are all subject to the Tenant Protection Act, which has a area of maximum rent increases per year. In a 12-month period, a landlord can raise rents, but they must abide by the county they live in for what is the maximum thresholds they can do. So they have now indicated that if you are going to take a rent increase between August 1st, 2026 till next year, then your maximum rent increase for LA or Orange County would have been 8.7%. Remember, it's whatever the CPI is plus 5%, and you had to cap it at 10%. So in this situation, rent increases for this period of time may be 8.7%. Just an example, last year it was 8% maximum raise from August to July 31st, 2026. And if you're in San Bernardino or Riverside County, it's 3.1% is the CPI for this year. So we're looking at an 8.1% maximum rent increase. So I'll leave this posted, but just letting you know This is the actual laws. You can share this with your clients if they want to raise rents. The only people that are exempt from the state law is if you are a single family residence, condo, or townhouse that is not owned by a corporation or a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust, or you have a notice of exemption at and you have a notice of exemption that you gave to your client called Form RCJC, rent cap, and just cause. So many of you are helping landlords fill out the lease agreement. And even I see it's a single family or a condo, many landlords are not checking that big box in bold saying that it's exempt. So you're now kind of not helping your client being able to prevent them from being subject to the state law. And I just would hate for your client to sue you for failing to properly guide them and check that proper box if it's applicable to them. So the other exemption is if you have a certificate of occupancy that's within the last 15 years. So if you have a triplex and it's brand new construction 2021, okay, you are now exempt for the next for a total of 15 years. So that's the law, just putting it as a refresher reminder. And as far as Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac new condo mortgage rules, we heard Scott Shimamoto tell this, but he didn't tell us the exact details. So if you want to know the exact new requirements, if you're buying a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loan product and the borrower is going to purchase a home, he did say the right thing. Do not remove your loan contingency until your mortgage and your underwriter has reviewed the HOA docs because there are new changes that are required for HOAs. And here are the three major changes that you need to be aware of before you remove your contingencies and you put your EMD deposit at risk. One is there's no more limited reviews. So previously, some condo projects were blessed by their appraiser or by the underwriter saying, oh, we can just do a limited review. We don't need to review all the financials. I just wanted to get a statement of the condition, make sure there's no pending litigation, and get the budget. But now every Fannie Mae Freddie Mac HOA loan will require a full review of the docs. So the lenders will assess the project, the HOA's financial position, the budgeted reserves, and the owner dues, the delinquencies on file, how many maybe are a tenant occupied, or how many are owner occupied. These questionnaires and answers will all be fully required for HOAs to complete and review during the investigation period. So if you're a listing agent, order your HOA docs early as possible so that way your client doesn't drag on the entire process. And let's say you give it to them on day 14 of your escrow. Then they get 5 days to review it. So day 19, you're already behind. You're giving them an extension because the lender's requesting it. After the lender sends it to the HOA, to the underwriter, they take another 3 or 4 days to review it. And all of a sudden, the underwriter says, uh-oh, there's not enough budgets. Oh, the safety of the balcony inspection has not been performed. It's not in compliance. Therefore, we cannot pass Fannie Mae Freddie Mac loan denied. Now you've wasted 21 to 26 days of your escrow period where your seller still is paying the mortgage, the PITI. And guess what happens? The buyer cancels due to the financing contingency. And now you have to start all over again. And it's a whole new market when you're a month wasted. So if you had the CCNRs and HOAs done up front and you give it to them day one, then the lender can at least deny it earlier and you would only waste 1 week or 10 days as opposed to 21 days to a month. So question number two, they're going to do a study requirement of the reserves. So they need to have the project, the HOA's budget, using the highest recommended reserve allocation to adequately cover whatever cost the HOA identifies as anticipated. And this is going to hurt some HOAs. This is an increased replacement reserve requirement. What does that mean? Lenders beginning January 4th, 2027. So there's another 4 more months. This is now going to be implemented where the HOA's budget must include 15% of its annual assessment to come and towards reserves for future maintenance, future repairs. The current requirement was 10% allocated to future reserves, future repairs. So now 15% this 5% jump might allude to a 5% or more as HOAs begin to increase their dues, beginning as they start becoming aware of this issue. So if they're insufficient, obviously HOAs want to be able to sell their projects and sell homes with the Fannie Mae Freddie Mac product. Otherwise, 70% of the products out there are Fannie Mae Freddie Mac, and that will hurt all the owners of that HOA if they do not meet the underwriting guidelines. So obviously they are going to increase dues, they're going to increase their reserves, and they're going to increase their budgets for future maintenance. This is all going to lead to higher HOA dues and notices coming soon. So don't be surprised or anticipated if your HOA or your client's HOA has stuff and discussions that are on the agenda. Read your agendas, guys. All right. Any questions before I get into our dynasty listings? Okay. We'll move right on and get to our new listings real quick. All right, so we do have a couple listings, and our newest listings all seem to be already under contract. So good job. These four right here. We'll talk about 76 Sierra Bonita, number 4. This is in Pasadena. It's active, 3,300 per month for rent. So if you have anyone looking for a townhome, it's listed by Steve Hank, and it's a very nice little area right here, just south of the 210 freeway. So talk to Steve if you have anyone interested in this lovely townhome. Interior looks like it's ready and move in. Cool. And moving on to our next listing. 8925 Youngdale in San Gabriel. 1.1 million. Hey, for North San Gabriel, that's not too bad. You get a 3-bedroom, 1,200 square feet, and this bright and inviting 2-bed, 2-bath home is for sale. Looks like it's got the original oak hardwood floors, nice little kitchen over here, laundry room and whatnot. So talk to Jackson Wong if you have anyone interested in this property. It looks like it's Temple City High School, so that's really cool. And yeah, congrats to Jackson. 18841 Colima Road in Roland Heights is a business opportunity for sale. $220,000 for this lovely restaurant in Roland Heights. And it comes equipped. It's got a lot of great, existing goodwill and turnkey restaurant space. Talk to Laura if you have anyone interested in this turnkey business restaurant for sale. Next one is 777 Valley, unit number 59 in Alhambra for sale. Nice affordable condo, 675,000, just less than 5 days on the market. So this brand new condo should go 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. Very nice interior and laundry room. So talk to Amy at the Arcadia branch if you have anyone interested in this affordable Alhambra Valley condo. Great location, convenient location on Valley. And we have 921 Shasta Street in West Covina. Just went under contract for 920,000. So kudos and good job to Lorena Lung getting her listing into escrow. Okay, moving on. We have 17 Andrea in Arcadia. rental for 6,500 per month, 3 beds, 3 baths, for 2,500 square feet, up north in the lovely Arcadia Highland Oaks area. And this is going to be for Amy's new rental listing. Talk to her if you have anyone looking to rent. And moving on to 3708 Baldwin Ave, Unit 10 in Almonte. It's 478,000 for this condo. So that's a very affordable price. 2 beds, 2 baths for 1145 square feet. This is a good deal. If anyone wants to get into home ownership, you could talk to Elaine Tran if you want anyone right here for a condo. Good job, Elaine. And 522 Linwood Ave in Monrovia, 2.2 million. This is a 6 unit community. So great property and listing. You can see the net operating income is almost 82,000 per year annual income. So what's a great way? You have a lot of different 2 bed and 1 bedroom layouts. And this is going for Amy and Steve Hang's newest listing. So 2 units, A and F, are currently vacant. So this is a nice opportunity for any buyer or 1031 exchange possibility. And I'll get to our next listing at 690 Marengo, number 6 in Pasadena. This is now pending. So congratulations. And we'll move on to 4808 Melrose in Los Angeles, $80,000 business opportunity. This is also pending. Good job, Laura. And we have 1526 Fairway Knolls in West Covina active. 1.395 million for a 3 bed, almost 2,200 square foot home in the hillside area. Woo, we got a pool, remodeled condition, lovely interior and photos. So this South Hills Country Club property is just simply gorgeous. Talk to Amy and Margaret on their newest listing, just 2 weeks on the market, and hope you guys get it sold. It's got a big lot of 16,000, and I think this is price to sell. So hopefully you guys can get someone to get this one. 2156 Tomich in Hacienda Heights is under contract. Congrats to our listing agent Angela Tsai and Amy. And we have our next listing is 3227 Del Mar in Pasadena for a rent. 5350, 4 bedrooms, 1644 square feet, Pasadena rental. Congrats to our listing agent. It's Henry Liu. And Canyon Meadows, Whittier. Helen Ma's newest listing for 1.25 million. 4 bedrooms, 3,000 square feet. This is one of the lowest price per square foot for a single family. Good location in Whittier, and they just had a price reduction. So I just want to make sure you're aware. So they're motivated. Talk to Helen if you have anyone interested in this lovely single family home. All right. And that should bring us to the end of our listings that are in the last 3 weeks. 3975 Barrett from Los Angeles with Sylvia and Mark. This one's still active. So if you have anyone looking for an LA 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,800 square feet, talk to Sylvia. And let's get into some of our closings and successes. So give me a second. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just do our solds. Okay. And let me go by date. Thanks for your patience. We did have 4242 Maxon Road just closed. This is a lovely El Monte townhouse. This closed at 840,000 and lovely PUD, gorgeous interior and staging. So good job to our listing agent Henry Liu, and he just sold this one out. So congrats to getting him in El Monte. And we have 1812 Marengo, unit number 10 in Alhambra. This closed for 840,000, right near that asking price. Congratulations to our listing agent, Miss Anis Chow, and she got this one closed last week. And 24371 St. James Drive, Moreno Valley, just closed. Our listing agent here is Chris Farzenrod and Whitney On. Okay, so that's 4532 Walnut Street, Baldwin Park closed. This was Rodney Ruiz, and he got this one closed with a big lot. There are some other closings. Let me move back to the home page. Sorry, my mouse is being funny. And okay, let me sort by date. Okay, so these are all areas where our buyer agents have closed. This is 10541 Carroll, Garden Grove. Buyer's agent was Jing Lee. Congratulations to Jing on her recent closing. And 3341 Calle Baja in West Covina just closed for 900,000. Congratulations to Helen Ma for her lovely closing. Congrats to her buyer as well. And they just closed 965 Delmar, Unit 3 in Pasadena for 663,000. Congratulations to Atri Pat. And 3227 Delmar Boulevard in Pasadena. Our buyer just got it. Congrats on this single family purchase in Pasadena. This is with Henry Liu. Congratulations, Henry. And 118 Ashford Place in Fullerton just closed for 1.1 million. And this is Abraham Sulistio. Congrats to him and his client for getting this good deal. 1190 Lorraine Road in San Marino. Congrats to Fleming Chu on getting this one purchased. And 26104 Drakea in Moreno Valley. Alicia Valencia. Congratulations on her wonderful closing. And that should be it for our closings for the last 2 weeks. Anything I can help you with in your business? Any questions before we conclude today's sales meeting? If you do need anything personal or guidance on your business, be happy to talk to you on privately since I'm back at work and catching up on files and doing all this stuff. But I'm never too busy for you. So let me know if you have anything going on in your business. And that's pretty much it for today.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Kelvin.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.